welcome to the Shelly Studio, and today I am working on my Gina B. Ahrens Design Team project for November, and the challenge she gave us was ink and fibers, and I've had this, I guess it's a tea towel that I bought on clearance at a craft store for 2 years, so I decided to take the opportunity to do something with it. Now, these are fabric inks that I found at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, probably Hobby Lobby, on clearance for like $2. So I bought one of every color. So I have a limited palette, right? 5 is limited, isn't it? Anyway, so I'm just taking some of her stencils and just creating a pattern, and I'm just playing around and with no real plan in mind. When I first got this piece of fabric, I was thinking I would jelly print on it and turn it into like journal covers or something, and I could still turn it into journal covers. I'm not sure how I feel about so much white. I'm not a big white person, but it was fun to create. And now this stencil, the feathers, is not one of Gina's, but I wanted something different in the corner, so we're going with a feather. And yeah, so I'm just using these toothbrush shaped makeup brushes, and I'm not sure how the fabric ink will react with them, because and I'm a messy crafter. I'm messy with stencils, and these feathers are way too close to the edges. But we'll cover it up and do the best we can. But I'm a messy crafter. And I'm using, what, a 1.5 foot by 2 foot wide space for this huge piece of cloth, and trying to make it work. Anyway, so I do edit this a bit because it was a long session of playing around, and I was doing this at like midnight last night. Of course, that's a couple days before you'll see it, but yeah, I just needed to get something done and was kind of getting behind on my video projects. Now, this is one of her sets of stamps. She has some fun stamps in her store. This one has lots of different patterns and stuff, and I thought I would make the feathers more interesting by stamping them. I'm not sure how well you can see what I do, but I think it helps make them a little bit more interesting anyway. So see, I'm just adding, and you almost can't tell, but it does add something to them. So Gina B. Ahrens, she has an Etsy store, which I will link in the description box below. And she has a website and a blog where she lists all the projects by all the design team members. So you can click on those links and go see what everybody else has created for this month. And you can see past months all the way back to January if you're interested. You can also search the hashtag Gina B. Ahrens Designs, and that should get you to a playlist where you can see all of the projects and all the different products that she offers in her store. She also has a Facebook group and a couple of them that she is a team member on, I guess. Like My Creative Year and those kind of things. Anyway. So this is a Sharpie marker. It's called Stained, so it's fabric. I didn't do a very good job of drawing the line in those feathers. But now I decided I wanted to do something different. So this piece of fabric ends up to be kind of a collage of things, and that one's not very bright. I push it really hard. It's still not very bright. And I do clean these off right away. I wasn't sure what the fabric ink would do to them. I washed them with the baby wipe, and then once I was completely done with my project, I went in and scrubbed them with some soap and a toothbrush, and stuff still doesn't come out of them. So hopefully it's just like regular ink and won't hurt the pattern. And that gray is a little light too. And I'm just going through using all of the colors. And I don't make you watch every single step like I said, because this was actually a long play with just all of my stencils I have of hers and my stamps. And I decided doing this project I need to go and buy some more stencils, because there are quite a few out there that I still want to get and I haven't done it. So maybe that'll be my Christmas present to myself. Anyway, this could be fun using these fabric inks. They are Momenta is the brand, and it's it doesn't have the color name. I looked, there's no color name, but it's momenta.com is their website. You have to let it dry for 24 hours and then you iron it. It has instructions on the back, which was nice. So you don't have to keep separate instructions. It's right on the stamp pad itself. And of course I was impatient because I didn't want to wait till midnight the next night, 24 hours later, to iron it. So I did iron it this morning. And I don't know if it was my messiness when creating the project, or if it was actually from ironing it too soon. But I have lots of little inky marks in places that I don't remember doing. But the stuff did get a little messy. Now I decided to use her face stencil and try to create a face with the colors I had and my little fabric markers. So I'm not so sure how I like the face, but it was fun to play with anyway. And using those makeup brushes like makeup. What do you know? Okay, so I have to say, faces for me are hard enough when I can erase, paint over, do whatever. But doing it this way, man, every line is permanent and every mark is permanent. So, yeah, it gets real interesting here. Oh well, I don't think she looks too bad in the very end, but yeah, she was kind of an interesting struggle. So I decided to use the feathers again, this time with my Sharpie markers. just so I could get another color. I used the blue, and I think I used the blue on one, possibly the red on one, just so I had another color choice. And those seem to work pretty well. We'll see when I wash it for the first time, right? So this is another one of Gina's stencils. I thought it went really well next to the face because it's talking about life and art are not about creating a perfection of expectations. So the face is not perfect. Anyways, I thought it went well, and it's one of Gina's stencils, and it actually shows up pretty well on here, even though it kind of moved around. That, as I was brushing with those stencil brushes, the fabric moves a little bit. So you have to be kind of careful, but I also wanted to get it dark in places, so it does shift a little bit on me. But overall, I think these inks and the stencils and the stamps both worked really well on the fabric. And I just keep filling up the space with more of the stencils and stuff. And I do end up with a big white space that I put one of my own stencils in. You don't see me do it. I don't know if I forgot to turn the camera back on or whatever, but you'll see it in the close-up pictures here in a second. So I hope you liked this video. You know, if you've got some fabric markers or fabric paint that you want to give it a try, just get a scrap of fabric and go to town, see what you can create. There's my homemade stencil. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to check the links below. Go check out Gina's Etsy store and her blog, and if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.